What is world-class leadership? World-class leadership means you have achieved world-class status in the eyes of your customers. What world-class leadership means is that your organization or your product and service delivery or your department within your company is achieving world-class preference, loyalty, and the highest return and recommend rates, which arguably are some of the most important metrics for business success. So our research has revealed that there are actually 10 specific, what we call the values of excellence, that you want to apply to your business to achieve the world-class status compared with other competitors out there. So the idea is, as a leader, it's not about the style of how you're leading, it's whether or not you're putting the focus on these 10 areas. The important thing to understand about world-class leadership is that we can measure it. With our database of over 2 million respondents to organizational surveys that we've done, we correlate the relationship between business success, loyalty and preference behaviors, including the return and recommend rate. So whether you're an internal manager within a company and you have your customers or other departments and so forth, or whether you're the provider of an ultimate product and service delivery to a retail client, what you're doing and what you're focusing on as a leader makes a difference in impacting the behavior and the impression of customers out there. So once again, the research tells us that your customers will treat you differently. So the world-class leadership program is really ideal for any key employee with an area of responsibility that's important to the organization, because they're going to be bringing excellence to the organization. So what do we do with the world-class leadership program? It's a 2.5-day in-residence intensive program, and it's important to understand that it really is all about each individual participant and their unique situation in the workplace. So the first thing we do is we create a very in-depth understanding of the 10 values of excellence. So this audit process really creates some in-depth insight about what's really happening and how this manager or leader or key employee is really focusing in the workplace, what they're focusing on. So the customer values prioritization process comes next, where we determine through all of the 10 values and their subconstructs what are the 2 or 3 most important customer requirements for every individual's product or service delivery system. As we're going through the first stages is really assessing where each manager or employee is at in terms of delivering excellence in the organization. So we do a competitor analysis, putting yourself in the shoes of your competition, honestly evaluating where they stand in terms of all the values of excellence. Now you have a complete picture. So you've got your own baseline audit of where you're at, and you've scored that. You've got the main requirements of your customer, and you've got the strategic competitiveness perspective against, an identifiable competitor of yours, or simply just a benchmark of the best that you know that's available. Now you've really got the basis by which to make some well-educated, thoughtful decisions about what you need to improve. Now we switch to the idea that, okay, how am I going to implement these changes in the workplace? And there's 2 main areas that we focus on during the 2.5-day workshop. The first of which is what we call sphere of influence mapping. So you take a map of all of your key relationships. So supervisors, people who you supervise, vendor relationships, key relationships, handoffs in the supply chain, and really evaluate those relationships and say, okay, well, these are the changes that I need to make. What is the difference that I need to make in this relationship with this particular person or department or vendor so that I can accomplish these objectives. And coming back to work, you've got a plan for not only the specific areas that you're going to be improving, but the improvements in the relationships between all of the people in your sphere of influence so you can have a stronger impact. The next major part of our program operates with the understanding that to get things done as a leader, you have to get things done through others. And we spend a large section of the program focusing on team leadership behaviors. So we have a series of exercises that we do that model the ideas of participation and involvement and inclusion and getting the best out of others. So whether you are the supervisor of an entire department or you just need to work with other people in project teams, or as a leader, the whole concept of leadership is that you have a relationship with other people. So we try to maximize the team leadership aspect through this series of exercises. So the entire program really culminates with this increase of awareness, identification of specific areas of improvement, identifying specifically how you're going to make those improvements back in the workplace and with who. And we pull this all together in a strategic impact plan. So you have a baseline of where you're at right now, and then for each individual area, you have objectives and goals and so forth, with the top most strategic ones, again, going to be the ones where your customer requirements are the main focus, where your competitiveness is the main focus. So there'll be a series of things that you can do that will make a big difference back at work. So the idea is to prepare you with a complete strategic improvement plan when you come back to the workplace. This is a powerful program. World-class leadership, again, is about creating this world-class status in the eyes of your customers. So you're leading to achieve that world-class status. And it's across this whole values of excellence, the 10 main areas, which are the statistical predictors of excellence. They are the predictors of that return and recommend rate, loyalty and preference from customers. And we've been able to define those things through our research, and now we've created a process by which you can methodically implement those back in the workplace and get better results. We hope that you'll join us for one of our world-class leadership open enrollment programs, which we hold just about every 2 months. This January we have one coming up at the beautiful Las Rocas Resort in Rosarito, which is about 20 miles south of the border. Beautiful oceanfront, American-owned resort, and it's a great removed campus for the ability to relax and concentrate and focus upon this program without distractions. You'll come back from this program prepared to make a difference in the workplace. Maybe one of the most important, powerful professional development experiences you've ever had. Certainly it's going to change your leadership perspective, your perspective on excellence, the DNA of how you look at things in terms of becoming world class. So you'll find that it's very much of a concentration on you. There's a lot of individual coaching involved, and collegiality of the group is a great support network that certainly continues after the program. We'd like you to be part of it. So I hope that you'll come online at SanDiegoCorporateTraining.com and register for the course. We're also offering this through CETIS University, which is one of the leading universities in Mexico. We'd love to see you there, and hopefully you'll make the choice for 2014 to be somebody that is a champion of excellence in your organization and helps drive your organization towards world-class status.